InDesign has the ability to load fonts on the fly, and it can do this from several locations. The easiest way to load a font for a document, however, is to put that font in the Document Fonts folder. Let's see how that works. Browse to the Chapter 3 folder in your Lessons folder. You'll see that there's a folder there called Document Fonts. Any fonts that I put in that folder will become available to any of the InDesign documents that are next to it in the directory structure. This means that the monthly flyer InDesign document and the template, as well as the Chapter 3 web coupon, sale flyer template, sale flyer, and sale flyer corrected links would all be able to see the fonts in the Document Fonts folder. It's important also to know the font hierarchy. InDesign can look at many different fonts folders and load those fonts as necessary. When opening a document, InDesign first looks in the Document Fonts folder for fonts. Next, it will look in InDesign's own fonts folder, and this lives in the Application folder where InDesign is. So if you browse to your Applications folder and then look in InDesign CS5, you'll see that there's a Fonts folder there. Any fonts that you put in that folder will be available to InDesign. There's also a fonts folder in the Adobe Application Support folder. InDesign can see that one. And then lastly, you have operating system fonts. On a Macintosh, they're at several levels. You have the User Fonts folder, and then you have the Library Fonts folder, and then the System Fonts folder. So in order, we start with Document Fonts, and then the Adobe Application Fonts, and then the Adobe Application Support Fonts, and then the User Fonts, and then the Library Fonts, and finally the System Fonts. Because of that confusion, the Document Fonts folder is very important. It makes it so easy for us to load up fonts for a document and not have to worry about locating which special font folder is necessary to open the fonts for that document. Remember that InDesign will look in the Document Fonts folder for fonts first when it opens a document, and that Document Fonts folder must be next to the document when it's opened.